Azazel is a demon of Hebrew origin, known for his association with darkness, chaos, and destruction. In Jewish mythology, Azazel is often depicted as a fallen angel, cast out of heaven for his rebellion against God and his attempts to corrupt humanity. According to legend, Azazel was one of the leaders of the fallen angels who descended to earth in the time of Noah, teaching humans forbidden knowledge and sowing the seeds of corruption and evil throughout the world. Over time, Azazel became associated with a wide range of malevolent powers and abilities, including the power to shapeshift, manipulate the elements, and control the minds and bodies of his victims. He is also said to possess a great deal of knowledge and wisdom, which he uses to further his own twisted agenda and corrupt those who come into contact with him. Despite his fearsome reputation, Azazel remains a popular figure in modern horror and occult circles, inspiring countless works of art, literature, and media. The origins of Azazel are somewhat shrouded in mystery, with conflicting accounts of his nature and origins appearing in various sources. In some traditions, he is said to be a demon of the desert, living in the wilderness and preying on unsuspecting travelers. In others, he is depicted as a powerful sorcerer or magician, using his vast knowledge and powers to manipulate and control those around him. Despite these variations, there are a few key elements that are consistent across most depictions of Azazel. For one, he is almost always associated with darkness, chaos, and destruction, representing a fundamental threat to order and stability in the world. Additionally, he is often portrayed as a master of deception and manipulation, using his powers to trick and seduce his victims into doing his bidding. One of the most notable legends surrounding Azazel is his supposed role in the story of the scapegoat, as described in the Book of Leviticus. According to this tale, on the Day of Atonement, a goat was selected by lot to be offered as a sacrifice to God, while another goat was set free in the wilderness, carrying with it the sins and transgressions of the people. In some interpretations, Azazel is said to be the demon to whom the second goat was offered, symbolizing the idea of banishing evil and corruption from the community. Others have suggested that Azazel may have been the original goat itself, representing the power of darkness and chaos that must be constantly confronted and overcome in order to maintain order and balance in the world. As with many demons in the occult tradition, Azazel's appearance is often described as being monstrous and terrifying. In some accounts, he is said to resemble a goat or a bull, with long, curved horns and sharp claws. Others depict him as a humanoid figure, with red or black skin and glowing eyes that seem to pierce through the darkness. Despite his fearsome appearance, however, Azazel is also said to possess a number of powerful abilities that make him a formidable adversary. Among these are his skill with magic and sorcery, which he uses to manipulate and control his victims. He is also said to be able to transform his shape at will, appearing in different forms to suit his purposes. Perhaps most dangerously, however, Azazel is known for his ability to possess and control humans, using them as vessels for his dark powers. Those who fall under his influence may find themselves acting out of character, experiencing intense feelings of anger, fear, and despair that seem to come from nowhere. Overall, Azazel is a potent symbol of chaos and darkness, representing the primal forces of destruction and dissolution that threaten the stability and order of the world. Those who seek to confront him must be prepared for a long and difficult battle, one that may require them to call upon their deepest reserves of courage and strength. Like many demons, Azazel is a master of deception, able to disguise himself in many different forms and guises. However, there are some common signs that may indicate his presence, and which can be used to help identify him. One of the most common ways that Azazel is said to reveal himself is through his influence on dreams and nightmares. Those who have encountered him in this way often report vivid and terrifying dreams, which may include images of blood, fire, and destruction. Another common way to recognize Azazel is through his association with certain animals, particularly goats and bulls. In some traditions, he is said to take the form of a goat or bull, and may be accompanied by herds of these animals. Finally, those who have experienced Azazel's influence directly may notice a strong sense of fear and unease in his presence, as if an invisible force were watching and waiting to strike. Protecting oneself from Azazel can be a difficult and daunting task, given his powerful abilities and cunning nature. However, there are some steps that can be taken to help ward off his influence. One of the most effective methods of protection is to avoid any contact with Azazel or his agents, and to be cautious about engaging in any occult or supernatural practices that may attract his attention. Other methods of protection may include using protective talismans or symbols, such as the pentagram or the sign of the cross. Prayer and meditation can also be helpful, as they can help to strengthen the mind and spirit against the influence of dark forces. Ultimately, however, the most important step in protecting oneself from Azazel is to cultivate a strong sense of inner strength and resilience, and to remain vigilant against any signs of his presence or influence. Fighting Azazel is a dangerous and potentially deadly task, given his immense power and cunning nature. However, there are some methods that can be used to help weaken his influence and protect oneself from his attacks. One of the most effective methods of fighting Azazel is to call upon the power of higher spiritual forces, such as angels or saints. In some traditions, the archangel Michael is seen as a powerful adversary to Azazel, and may be called upon to help banish him. Other methods of fighting Azazel may include using protective herbs and oils, such as sage, frankincense, or myrrh. These substances can be burned or diffused to help purify a space and weaken Azazel's influence. Finally, it may be possible to weaken Azazel's power by uncovering and exposing his true nature and intentions. This can be done through research and investigation into his origins and mythology, as well as through direct confrontation and questioning.